going on? New camera announcement, the K3 Mark III. Yep, finally got a name for the thing. The new flagship for Pentax. The announcement came out. They had a little video. I'll link it below so you could watch it if you'd like. They went over everything, and yeah, so I'm going to give you my impressions of it and talk about the specs. So they did list some specs to it, so we finally got some specs. The K3 Mark II came out 5 years ago, so it's been a very long time. So you're thinking, why did it take so long? Because they like redid everything on this camera, as you'll see as I go through the specs. First off, let me say, get right into it and say they put 4K on there. They put a touch screen on there. They put Bluetooth on there. This is all stuff that should have been on the last two cameras, so at least they finally got that on there. Yeah, and let's start off by talking about. I got some notes here, so I'll make sure I don't miss anything. They bragged about the viewfinder, but everybody already knows about that they're really pumping this new viewfinder thing that they got going on. So from top to bottom, they redid this camera. It's got a new sensor in it, a new image engine, new acceleration or processor. That processor is going to help you get the 12 frames per second. Yeah, that's pretty good, pretty nice feature there. And they also bragged about this, which is so stupid. I hate when the manufacturers do this. A 1.6 million ISO, and it's like, come on guys, quit doing that. It's stupid because, okay, so every camera you get, the next camera is going to be slightly better with low light or ISO performance. So basically all that means nobody's going to shoot at this 1.6 million. It's going to look like complete garbage. Basically every new camera that comes out, you'll get like one step better as far as your ISO. So if, say, you were shooting like I shoot with the K-70, and the highest I wanted to go with my ISO is ISO 3200. If it ISO 6400, there was too much grain in it for me. Well, with this new camera, I'll be able to shoot ISO 6400, and that will probably be the best that would be acceptable for me. But everybody's different. You might say, well, I shoot with ISO 128,000 or whatever. So whatever works for you. But I'm just saying it's got basically a stop better is what's going to happen. But we'll see when it comes out. Let's see. So they also like I said, they did everything on this camera. They even changed the grip up a little bit, so we're going to see a difference there. They said they changed the they reviewed the user interface, so I'm assuming that means they did some changes to the menu. So we'll see what all they did in there. What else? Let's talk about the autofocus. It's one of the things that everybody complains about with Pentax. If you're an action shooter, that's one of the things that people get complaints about. I'm not really an action shooter, but they've increased a lot of stuff on here with that 12 frames per second. That's awesome. They've got the Pentax 13 now as their focusing system, and then in the video he said it's more spread out focus points. So I'm assuming the focus points are going to be closer to the edge of the frame, so you get a lot though. I didn't see an actual number of how many focus points there are in the specs that they put out. It doesn't really. It says 101 point distant measurement. Okay, does that mean there's 101 focus points? But in parentheses next to it, it says of those focus points, 25 are cross point. If you don't know what cross point focus points are, those are the most accurate focus points you could have on the camera. So that's a number you always want to look for if you're really into autofocus, if you're going to be using that quite a bit. I'm not sure on this. There might be a new battery. And if I looked at the battery, it said the Li90P. There's a P next to it, so that might be a totally different battery. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when it comes out. Yeah, I don't like when they change up the battery when the batteries are already fine, so you have to get whole new batteries. So we'll see on that. What else? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I've already talked about the viewfinder. Everybody knows about that. I think that's about it. Now let me just talk about the price. it said 200,000 yen. I was like, okay, how much is that? So US dollars, that's $1,900. That's a lot of money. They put a lot into this camera, but that's $1,900. You could buy a K1 Mark II full frame camera for the same price, basically. I'm not. Are you going to be buying this camera? I'm not sure if I am. That's way over the mark where I thought it should be priced, even with all these upgrades to it. Pentax is usually, they'll keep their cameras lower than what the other camera manufacturer's price point is. This they have not. So we'll see. I'm not going to buy it right when it comes out. I'm going to check out other people's hands-on reviews and see about that. But I am going to go ahead and buy a K1 Mark II, so keep watching for those videos. And yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know if you are going to buy this camera. Yeah, and anything I missed as far as specs, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.